Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing presented by National Weather Service Pocatello for Saturday, October 5th. Here's what you'll see in this presentation. We had record-breaking heat yesterday before the arrival of a cold front. The red flag warnings continued on after midnight last night, but are currently no longer in effect, and we don't see them repeating again today. We are 10 to 18 degrees Fahrenheit colder than yesterday for our expected afternoon highs. And that's part of the reason. That means the relative humidity will generally be a little bit higher. However, the humidity in central Idaho mountains still remains very low in the lower elevations. It will get below 15%, which is our critical threshold. However, winds will probably not be an issue at the same time that the humidity crosses that threshold. The mediocre recovery continues though at night. However, afternoon humidity does improve more on Sunday. A warming trend starts on Sunday as well, and it continues into Monday. And then the next low arrives on Tuesday. There's even a chance of rain, albeit a slight chance, for some of you on Tuesday afternoon. Here's the latest satellite image. You can see the clouds of yesterday just pushing through, and last night, and now we're in the clear. Otherwise, just to our west is nothing but some patches of some of the lower stratus, as signified by these blue cloud images. So for today, we are looking for it to remain breezy in the southeast highlands and the south hills, Magic Valley, and Snake River Plain. Probably windy in portions of the eastern highlands, especially where two current wildfires are going on, and it should be a lot less windy in the central Idaho mountains. Sunday and Monday should both be pleasant weather for everybody, including firefighters. And then on Tuesday, there is a slight chance of showers in the southeast highlands. That's mostly in the Bear Lake Basin. And here's why. Here, this will be valid at 8 a.m. this morning. You can see how the low has blown through. It's into Wyoming and northern Utah now, and has left us pretty much in the clear. Maybe a week trough here that will be triggering the winds along our border with Wyoming. The high temperatures today, look how much colder. These are nowhere near records. We're looking at Pocatello struggling to get a high of 70. Stanley just 68 degrees. If you look at the relative humidity, just see how low it continues to be in the central Idaho mountains. Still a lot of locations below 15%. However, places to the south and east, it's much improved. And here are the gusts today. You can see it's pretty much over in the central Idaho mountains. There's some gusts maybe on the higher ridges that get into the that would be like 25 to 30 mile an hour range, but it's pretty limited. The temperatures are definitely the coolest up there, and in some ways the humidity is better up there than it is down in the valley bottoms. But you can see where the winds do east of Idaho Falls here. They do continue today all the way over into the Swan Valley area, where we do have some current wildfires going on. The low temperature for tonight, you can see now with the clearing skies, and as the winds die down, Stanley down to 26 degrees. Even Pocatello at 45, and there are some places in the Arco Desert here where it gets close to freezing, 35 and 34 degrees at Atomic City and Mud Lake. And humidity, again, the recovery, this is pretty mediocre. If it stays in the orange here, which is 50% or less, that's not great. It does get better in some areas. For instance, here in the Snake River Plain, it is much improved. But a lot of these mountain areas where there are temperature inversions help keep the relative humidity lower, because the temperatures are actually warmer at higher elevation. Okay, by Sunday, you can see the high is definitely in control now. That low has moved on into Oklahoma and Texas. And here you can see temperatures have rebounded. Pocatello is up a whole 8 degrees, Stanley up about 6. And look at these relative humidities there. Even in spite of the fact that the temperature has warmed, The relative humidities have actually increased as well, especially here in the central Idaho mountains. And actually, it's about the same in the rest of eastern and southern Idaho. Wind gusts considerably down on Sunday. That's why I say it should be pleasant. The most we're seeing is gusts over craters of the moon of 20 to 25 miles an hour, which is really, that'd be a typical summer day. Overnight lows for tomorrow night. You can see they continue very cold in places where you would expect it. Here in the Island Park area where it's getting below 36 degrees. Same for Stanley, getting below freezing at 28. Pocatello is still at 48 degrees. But you can see there is a wide swath here where the temperatures are getting below 40. And that would mean a risk of frost for some of these areas. The humidity overnight, it's slightly improved. You can see a little bit more green up here in the central Idaho mountains, but still, you look at our southern hills, very dry. But however, in the Snake River Plain, things are recovering pretty nicely. And here on Monday, again, the high is still in control. And temperatures continue to rise. Pocatello now almost 80 degrees. So the temperatures are kind of topping out. And relative humidities, some upper teens still, but in normal places like the Arco Desert, places like Chalice, which are normally pretty dry. Temperature at the Stanley is 75 degrees. And gusts even lower than the day before. Gusts only into the teens. This will be just a real pleasant day on Monday and Monday night. Low temperatures for Monday night. You can see it has warmed a little just because we were warmer during the afternoon than the previous day. Still 48 for Pocatello. And humidity recoveries about the same, maybe a little bit lower in the central Idaho mountains. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number here at the bottom center of your screen, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.